Hello, welcome back to Learn Economia. In this video, we are going to discuss the monetary and fiscal policy effects and changes with respect to the ISLM analysis. We have done some more videos regarding this ISLM models. So I want you to go through the ISLM model basics, then come back to this video. Then only you will be getting an overall understanding of the topic. So I'll be providing the links of the same in the description box. You can use that. And you can view those videos, then come back to this video in order to get an overall understanding of the topic. With that, let's get started. So what would happen if there is a change in the expenditure or taxes in the practical scenario? Effect of an increase in the government expenditure is dealt firstly, then we will go to the effect of taxes. So what would happen if the government increases its expenditure? An increase in the government expenditure would shift the IS curve to the right. Okay, and this is indicated by shifting of the IS curve from ISO to IS1, IS0 to IS1. And what would happen as a result of shifting of the IS curve to right? So as a result, the income would increase from Y0 to Y1, and this increases the transaction demand for money, and this would reduce the demand for bonds and would cause price of bonds to fall or the interest rate to rise. We know that there exists an inverse relationship between the price of the bond and the interest rate in the economy. So even if the LM curve does not shift, this would happen. And since money supply remains fixed, or this is something we have seen that when we have dealt with our supply of money, we have seen that this is something regulated by the monetary authority, and this is something which is considered to be exogenous. And for the time we have to understand that this is treated as fixed. Okay, and as a result, the total money cannot increase, and the attempt to hold more money will raise the rate of interest, would reduce the speculative demand for money, and this would cause people to economize on the amount of transaction balances held for any level of income. And what would happen at the equilibrium? At the equilibrium level, the rate of interest must rise sufficiently so that the net money demand remains unchanged even at a higher level of income. If you look at the ISLM model, we can understand that this would include the money market as well as the goods market. And if you look at the money market, which this does not exist in the what if you look at the case of money market, you can see that it is something that is not in get that is not that influenced by the IS model. But if you look at the LM model, this is exclusively meant for the money market now. So what happens is that when the government expenditure increases, the interest rate will rise to maintain equilibrium in the economy. And this the figure 10.1 gives you the details, and here we can see that the income rises by less than the amount by G increases. So government expenditure increases, but income rises by less than the amount. Now, what would happen if there is an increase in the taxes? An increase in the taxes would shift the IS curve to the left, and this is considered to be considered to be a leakage from the circular flow of income, and as a result, income falls. And this, in this case, income falls by less than the horizontal distance between FG, by which the IS curve shifts. So here we can see that Fg is delta T into minus B by 1 minus B, the tax multiplier, which is SKM times the change in the tax total. Okay, and thus the effects of fiscal policy multipliers are less than those in the SKM, and in this case the fall in R will cause investment to rise, and this will partly offset by the consumption by tax T. Tax. Okay, so here the reason we have, first of all, we have to assume that the investment is autonomous and hence it is fixed by the levels of income. So we have to we have seen that it is overstated that the effects of tax would increase, and the reason is that the rise of interest rate from R0 to R1 chokes off the investment demand and thus aggregate demand and partly offset the increase in income, and this would occur due to rise in the G in the absence of rise in R. Thus, increase in income in the ISLM model is less than that in the SKM. Here, the SKM overstated the effect of an increase in G by assuming the investment is completely autonomous and neglecting the necessary increase in R and consequent decline in I that accompany increase in G. Now, what would happen if there is a fall in the autonomous investment and an autonomous fall in investment? What would happen in this case? And this is indicated by figure 10.3. You can see that, as you could see, there is a fall in the investment, and in the panel A you can see that the demand curve shifts to the right, and at the original rate of interest the level of investment falls, and the shift of the investment function causes IS to shift to left, and as a result the equilibrium level falls, and income falls, and also the rate of interest falls. Due to fall in the interest rate, investment increases to some extent, and if the interest rate falls to R2, the investment returns to the original level I0. This would happen if the LM curve is vertical, and if the LM curve is vertical, a shift in the IS curve to the left from IS1 to IS0 to IS1 would leave Y or income unchanged, and this will cause interest rate to fall from R0 to R2. However, if the interest rate falls to R1, the autonomous fall in investment is partly offset. Now, coming to the monetary changes, monetary policy changes and shift in the LM curve, we have to understand that if money supply increases from M0 to M1, the LM curve will shift right, and as a result, the equilibrium level of interest rate falls and income rises. Due to rightward shift of the LM curve, there is an excess supply of money, which will lead the interest rate to fall, and as a result, the investment demand increases, and this would cause income to rise, with the further income-induced increases in the consumption spending. Now, a new equilibrium would be attained at point F as a result of all these changes, when the fall in interest rate and rise in income jointly increase the demand for money exactly by the amount by which the money supply has increased initially. This equilibrium occurs at point F, and the new LM curve intersects the original IS curve at point F, and an increase in the demand for money for given levels of income, and the interest rate will shift the LM curve to the left. As people shift their portfolio of wealth and increase their money holding, the rate of interest would rise, and this will induce investment. This will reduce investment and equilibrium level of income. As a result, such kind of a shift would imply that more money is demanded at a given level of income and interest rate, and this has the same effect as a fall in money supply. Now, coming to the fiscal cum accommodating monetary policy, the combination of both fiscal and monetary policy, or the coordination, how these two sets of policies work together. By making appropriate use of monetary and fiscal measures, it is possible to achieve the best of both the worlds and increase in income without permitting interest rate to rise. Okay, so as for this, what we have needed is that a good blend of both fiscal as well as monetary policy. And if you look at the figure 10.5, it shows a tax cut or an increase in government expenditure, how it is influencing the IS curve. And we can see that as a result of this IS curve shift right from IS0 to IS1, as a result the equilibrium income rise and equilibrium interest rate to rise. Now, however, if you look at the figure, you will see that if the expansionary fiscal policy is accompanied by an expansionary monetary policy in the form of an increase in the government's money supply from M0 to M1, the LM curve would also shift. It would shift right from LM0 to LM1, and this will offset the rise in the interest rate, and this would occur in the absence of the monetary policy change. In this case, what we could see is that the Keynesian presumption of fiscal policy actions such as the tax cut to expand the economy supported by an accommodating monetary policy, we can see that an accompanying increase in the money supply that will prevent the interest rate from rising and preventing crowding out of investment. In this figure, you will see that the IS curve has shifted to right by a tax cut, and the supply of money has increased sufficiently so that the LM curve would shift far enough to the right in order to prevent a rise in R. Now, if you look at the table, you can see that if the money supply rises, Y increases, but R falls. If the government expenditure increases, Y and R both would increase. If the total tax increases, Y and R both would fall. Now, Now, moving to the relative effectiveness of monetary policies and fiscal policy, we know that the monetary policy is undertaken, or it is taken by the Reserve Bank of India, the central bank of the country, and with respect to fiscal policy, it's taken by the government. And what we need in the practical case is a perfect blend of both fiscal policy and monetary policies, whether it is Reserve Bank or whether it is government of the economy, both would take certain measures and certain steps and certain tools in order to implement its policies. So both fiscal as well as monetary policy instruments can affect the level of income, and we have to understand the relative effectiveness of these two types of policies. By effectiveness, what we have meant is the magnitude of the effect of the equilibrium level of income of a given change in the policy variables such as government expenditure, taxes, money supply, etc. So it could be noted that the effectiveness of each type of policy, whether it is fiscal or monetary, it would depend on the slopes of the IS and LM curves. Okay, and this would in turn depends on the certain behavioral parameters in the ISLM curve model. We have studied that which all factors would affect the IS curve and which all factors would affect the LM curve. Now, moving to the slope of the IS curve and the effectiveness of fiscal policy, how the slope of different curves would affect different policy parameters. In this figure, in figure 10.6, you could see that what would happen if there is an increase in the government expenditure, and we have already seen that this will shift the IS curve to the right, and in panel A you could see that the IS curve is steep, and this expansionary fiscal policy action would result in a relatively increase in Y or income. The same fiscal policy action would become much less effective in the case where IS curve is relatively flat, and fiscal policy would become most effective if IS curve is vertical. Now, coming to the case of the slope of LM curve and effectiveness of fiscal policy. In this figure 10.7, you could see what would happen if there is an increase in government expenditure. We have already seen that this would shift the IS curve to the right, and fiscal policy is effective in panel A where LM curve is relatively flat, less effective in panel B where LM curve is steeper, and completely ineffective in panel C where LM curve is vertical. Moving to the slope of IS curve and the effectiveness of monetary policy, an increase in the money supply would shift the LM curve definitely from left to right, and this expansionary monetary policy has got only a small effect on income, in part where IS is steep. It has got much stronger effect on income where IS is relatively flat, and it has got if you look at the panel C, you would see that IS is vertical, and the income in money supply, or the effect of income or the effect of money supply on income, this has neutral effect on equilibrium income. Moving to the slope of the LM curve and effectiveness of monetary policy, you would see that monetary policy would become least effective when LM curve is relatively flat, more effective when LM curve is steeper, and it is little bit more effective when LM is steeper, and most effective when LM is vertical. Now, what we have studied or what we have seen in those figures summarized in this table. When IS, what would be the effects of monetary policy as well as fiscal policy, whether it would be effective or ineffective when IS and LM become flat or steep, would be easily understood from this table. What would happen in a liquidity trap kind of situation, whether the monetary policy is effective or fiscal policy is effective, that we have to understand. At low levels of interest rate, that means that liquidity trap conditions, especially in the Keynesian model, what we have seen is that liquidity trap prevail, especially during this depression times and all. Even if the interest rate is low, there won't be any investment undertaken by the private sector. So this is shown by shown in the figure. We have to understand that the monetary policy would lose its effectiveness in this situation, mainly because the monetary expansion cannot reduce interest rate, and also as a result it cannot stimulate the in investment. So with that, we end here. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe this channel for more videos. And also, I welcome you to my Telegram group and Telegram channel so that you can discuss your doubts and get it clarified. Okay.